He had me at Manon and Sleep Token.
Agreed. He had us at Manon and Sleep Token. Well done. Well done.
If I could picture the Starfall scene, it was your dress.
Best compliment you could have ever given me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you, Kenzie?
100. I'm so excited.
Hi, and welcome to Romantasy Remedy. I'm Whitney.
And I'm Kenzie. We're sisters-in-law and book besties who thrive on daily doses of magic and romance from our favorite fantasy stories.
So, if your emotional support animal is a dragon and your therapist has shadow powers, you're in the right place. Thanks for being here and for liking, rating, and following our show. Before we get started, this is our official content warning. Simply put, Romantasy Remedy is a podcast for grown-ups. The topics and language will reflect that. Please listen at your comfort level. We don't need a spoiler warning today because we're not talking about a specific book. And I'm excited because we are going to talk all about our fun bookish weekend in Dallas, Texas, where we were supposed to be attending the Fantastique Dreamers and Readers Festival.
Everyone knows about it by now.
We all know how that panned out, don't we, Kenzie?
Yes, it's been a topic of conversation. It's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like it has been maybe closer to 3 at this point since they put out their infamous Instagram post. But man, a lot has happened since then.
Yes. In case you are not as involved in all the bookstagram drama like I am, there was this festival scheduled, and many people have been planning to go to this festival for a long time. Kenzie and I think had planned to go in the summer of last year. We bought tickets.
Yeah, I want to say
just as attendees.
It's been close to a year.
Probably like 8 or 9 months ago, we bought tickets, I would say. And we were just going as attendees, not as like cool influencers or anything, guys. And we were very excited. This would have been our first kind of bookish convention or ball or event.
Yep.
Sorry, also excuse my scratchy voice. Allergens are a big thing in San Antonio right now.
Man.
But what happened is Fantastique posted on their Instagram 2 weeks away from the event that it was canceled. Actually texted a screenshot to you and was like, is this a joke?
Yes.
This cannot be real.
I think you had a few exploding head emojis in there too, and some explicitive.
Yes, and the rest of the internet was right there with us because everyone was freaking out on that Instagram post.
It was crazy because I think the night before you and I had sat down to record an episode, and I think we had talked about it. Maybe it wasn't the night before, but just a couple days before, we had literally just talked about it in our plans and dresses and making sure we kind of had everything lined out. And then that came out. It was wild.
It was wild. And, sure, it's disappointing for us. We bought dresses, we made plans. Then I start reading all these comments about these poor vendors and authors who had shipped merchandise and shipped books to Dallas, and now we're just out money, or other attendees who had bought plane tickets and couldn't cancel them. So this was a big deal, and I still kind of can't believe it happened. But apparently this isn't the first time it happens. Just beware, guys. Yes. Investigate before you purchase tickets to things like this, I suppose. I hate that I have to tell you that. Though I will say that what came out of it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we got to watch all of the book community in Dallas kind of rally together and put together a ball, an author and vendor market, and a book crawl to all the bookstores in Dallas. So they definitely showed up and tried to make things special and fun for people who are traveling to Dallas that weekend.
For sure. I think it speaks a lot to the community that given what happened, you had a small group of people who are like, we're going to make something still happen, though. And how inspiring, perfect for a Romantasy Remedy, that community still came together and showed up and showed out. And I think everything we attended, there were a ton of people. They were everywhere. And I loved it when we actually showed up to the motel, because then I think it was supposed to be held at the Gaylord in Dallas. And so we actually still had our rooms there, and we had talked about seeing if we were going to see anyone, if we were going to be able to tell if anyone was there for the convention that was still coming. Right when we pulled up, we saw those girls get out with their dresses, and we're like, are you going to the ball? So that's good to
And I
see other
swear to
people
you, we would
still.
pass people in the hotel, and I just got a vibe. I just knew they were
Yes.
book people. Sometimes they had a
Yes.
book t-shirt. Sometimes they didn't. But sometimes I swear we would just look at each other and be like, are you here to go to the book stuff? And
Yes.
we would be instant friends. It was so,
Yes.
so fun.
Yes. No, it really was. It was a good, like, bonding moment with strangers for
Yes.
sure.
So there were definitely still people at the Gaylord who were staying there and going to all
Yes.
the book things, which was
Right.
very fun.
It was fun, and it
Very
was
fun.
fun to like I said, we saw people when we first arrived, but even when we were, at the hotel, we had an awesome room. Whitney did a great job, and we had an interior room so we could look out over the atrium from our balcony, and we could see all the other people that were there who were dressed up in all of their fae and fawn, and I think we saw did we see any bat wings? I know we saw some
We
fairies.
did. We did
We s
see a Resand
That's right.
cosplay. So
Yep. So it was
a
so fun to
photography session happening.
That's right. Oh, yeah, because our good friend had to go check out the purple contacts, right?
Yes, purple contacts, wings, all the details were there.
No,
That
they
was
looked
cool to be able
great.
to people watch and see all the costumes from our balcony. I
It
liked
was
that.
really
I liked
fun.
that.
Yeah, and I love that
And if you
people
haven't
didn't let him put it down.
Yes, yes. And I was just about to say, if you haven't stayed at the Gaylord Texan Resort, it is a beautiful hotel that has this big interior atrium, like Kenzie mentioned. It has lots of greenery. There's a little river that runs through it, and they actually
Yeah.
designed it to look like the Riverwalk in San Antonio. So it's a great place to go take photos, especially if you're trying to take some fantasy style
Yeah.
photos, I feel like.
There was a
So
perfect
I
little koi pond, like, it looked like a fantasy setup the way they had it.
Yes, yes. It was a beautiful hotel, and I was so excited to see lots of book friends still
Yes.
staying there while we were there. I thought it would be fun to just kind of chronologically like recap our weekend and talk
Yeah.
about the places we visited, people we met, memories we made, and yeah, just kind of tell our little story of our
Yes.
getaway in Dallas.
Let's do
So
it.
we kicked things off, Kenzie. We met up in what town was that? Rockwall.
Yes,
And we
Rockwall.
went to this beautiful restaurant called Fable and Fire. Now, I will not lie to you. I thought it was part bookstore, part restaurant. It is definitely all restaurant.
Yes.
It does have very bookish vibes and a very cool book aesthetic, and the food was
Yes.
delicious.
Yes, it had all the books and all of the what is the word I'm looking for? The ambiance of a cozy book
Yes,
nook,
of a cozy
and
bookstore.
yeah, it definitely did, and but yeah, no bookstore to be found,
Can't buy the
but
books.
so fun. The Brussels sprouts were great. I would definitely get
Yes,
them again.
yes,
So
yes.
it was actually
Agreed.
funny because in that little town square, there was another book-themed restaurant that book club, which was
Yes,
also like a
yes.
little diner-esque kind of place,
Right, but not a bookstore.
but not a bookstore. But it's so
So
funny that you
here's
had
a
2.
question for any of our friends that live in Rockwall. Do you
Yeah,
have an actual bookstore or do you just have restaurants that look like bookstores? I'm genuinely curious.
for real. It's so close together. I was like, "Huh." But it was a cute little
Like,
downtown because we walked those little
yes,
shops and boutiques. Very cute, very fun. It was a good way to
yes.
start the trip for sure.
Agreed, agreed. It was a great way to kick things off. And after we did Fable and Fire, I think that's when we went to the hotel, got checked in, and then we decided to go and visit another cute bookstore in this area called The Plot Twist. And I was
Very cute
super
store.
pumped about visiting this store because it's a niche like romance bookstore in Denton. And they were one of the bookstores participating in the book crawl that the book community put together for everyone visiting that weekend. So they had they had quite a few actually authors who were in the
Yeah.
store, and you could talk to them and hear about their books and, of course, buy things.
Yeah, they
What
had
did
those
you think
little
of the
booths.
plot twist?
I thought it was very cute. I loved it, and I love that so many people were there. I would love to go back when it wasn't so busy, so you could,
Yes, that's
move around.
fair.
It is small, but it was so cute. They had the bar set up. I actually had to use the restroom when we were there. The restroom was really cute and clean, which I said, like, that means
To
something in my
appreciate
world.
that. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
that they made space for all those authors and all because if we're being honest, all the authors at this thing were indie authors, and this is how they get their name out, and this is how they get their books read. So I'm so happy that there was a place for them to do that. I think there was about a half a dozen authors there.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
It was great, and the people there were so nice, and the other customers there are so nice, and I think everyone was just reveling in the fact that we could all still be doing something together, so it was great. There was an author there you were really excited about, though, I don't remember.
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
me about her.
Gretchen Powell. I really
That's right.
enjoyed talking to Gretchen. She is the author of Smoke and Scar and Splintered Kingdom. I have not read those books yet, but they sound amazing, and I'm really excited to check them out. She was really sweet, and I just enjoyed our conversation. So,
Yeah.
shout out to Gretchen Powell. Can't wait to read your books.
Yeah. The plot twist was really fun, and that was another cute downtown. Where was that? Was in Denton, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We ate at that delicious Thai restaurant kind of
That's
around the corner.
right.
Love Thai
Whitney's always
food.
introducing me. Feel like the only time I have Thai food is with you, and I feel like it's a new introduction every time I have it. But I really enjoyed it this time. But I think the yellow curry was my favorite. You
Well,
like
it was
the
cool. Penang is my favorite.
Penang? Okay, yeah.
But what I liked about this place, I did not write down. That's one thing I did not put in my outline is the name of the Thai restaurant. I'll have to look it
I bet
up.
I could
But
find it
one
real
thing,
quick.
yes, please. They had a curry sampler on the menu, which I thought was really cool. So you could get 3 smaller portions of different types of curry. And that was very fun. You didn't have to commit to just one, which is great for indecisive people like myself. So delicious. Also, those crispy avocado rolls, I'm still thinking about them because they were very yummy. So,
But honestly, I think I could eat 2 orders of those by myself and call it dinner. It was
yeah.
called Thai Square in Denton, and it was
Okay.
a
Well, shout out to
block,
Thai
maybe a
Square.
block and a half
Yum.
away
So good.
from the Plot
So
Twist
good.
bookstore, so it was perfect. So, go to Denton, go to the Plot Twist, and then go get some Thai food after. It was a great night.
Yeah, I approve. Also, this was a funny little anecdote from that night. As we came out of the plot twist, this adorable Girl Scout had set up her cookie table right in front of it. And I complimented her. I said, this was a great place for you to set up your cookie table. We definitely bought some Samoas
Yes,
and
we did.
Finlands.
Yes, we did.
I
The
hope
Samoas
she made out like a bandit that night, I hope.
yes, no, for sure.
That's
That
so
was
funny.
very good. It was a good strategy for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and after the plot twist and dinner, we are such party animals. We kind of just went back to the hotel and did some reading naturally. I will say I loved reading out on our balcony that overlooked the atrium with all the twinkle lights. Felt very romantasy-esque.
It
And
was
we
a
probably read
romantasy.
till the ripe late hour of 10:30 and passed out.
It's like, who started snoring first? I don't know. We all went to bed pretty
Oh my
early.
gosh, we did not attend this event. I know that the Rewritten Book Festival had a soiree that night at the Hub in Allen, and we will talk
Yes.
about when we visited that festival. We did not go because, again, we are 2 tired moms who don't stay up late most of the time, except for when we're recording these episodes. And we just,
That's the
it
truth.
just was not going to happen. We know our limits. We know
Yes.
our limits.
Yes. But I saw
And so
pictures from it, and it looked awesome.
It looked so
like
fun.
so fun.
It looked so fun. I'm glad that people had a fun thing to do on Friday night, people who have more energy than we do. And the next day, we kind of just spent more time exploring the hotel because it's huge.
Mhm.
I can't remember what the guide told us how many acres it is, but it's a huge hotel.
Does that sound about right? Like 40? I don't know. It was big.
We tried to go investigate and find the ballrooms where they were supposed to have the ball.
We were
They were still breaking
unsuccessful.
down the materials from the last convention that was there, so I'm not sure how that even would have worked, but that's fine. We saw more people taking pictures
Yeah.
in their cool costumes. We had some delicious breakfast food.
Yeah.
And before we knew it, it was time to start getting ready for the ball.
Which was half
Which-
the fun. That was half the
Yes,
fun.
the getting ready part.
Yeah.
Yes. I always appreciate having you around to help me because
Oh.
you're way better at
No,
all those types of things. Makeup,
No.
hair, all of it.
it's so fun. was
I owe
fun.
you all the credit for helping me get ready that day.
No, you looked beautiful. It was so fun.
I
I had
felt
such a
very
good time.
bougie because we ordered food to be what is it called? When they
We
bring the
had
food to your
room
room.
service. I
Room
can't
service.
I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I've had room service in my whole
I
life.
don't think I'd ever had room service, so we were definitely living like high fae, let me tell you. We were like, "Just let the High Lord pay for it, it's fine.
Yes, there you go. The High Lord. I like that.
Lord will be covering this tab." So yeah, that was super fun to get ready in the room and order food, and then we got to go to a ball. Well, we took some
Yeah.
pictures and
Okay,
videos first in the
back to
atrium.
getting ready. Can I tell you how fun it was? We listened to like our the early 2000s like hits and stuff. I hadn't heard some of those songs in
Can I
so
tell
long.
you
It
what
was
that
so
playlist was
fun.
actually called?
Yes, tell me.
On Spotify, I believe it's called Clubbing in the 2000s.
Well, it was fitting and it was great and I had so much fun with it.
Who else appreciates this kind of music? There's got to be more of us out there. It was
That
really,
was
really fun, though. Really,
yeah, it
really
was.
fun.
I had fun with
I'm
that.
not mad about it.
No.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, you looked so beautiful. Kenzie had this
Thanks.
shiny, beautiful green dress, and it looked super duper pretty. And our friend Liza was with us, and she was definitely channeling some Amaran vibes, had this black
Definitely.
sparkly dress and this really super cool golden headpiece
Yes,
with like stars and moons on it. It was amazing. Oh,
it
and
was.
gloves, like opera gloves.
Yep.
Such a good ensemble.
No, she put it together really well. And your dress was beautiful. It was like if I could picture the starfall scene, like it was your dress. 100%.
Wow. Best compliment you could have ever given me. Thank you.
Good.
Texted a picture to my sister Nell, and she said that we all looked like we were from Valaris, and I told her the same thing, that was the best compliment. So
That is so sweet. What did your daughter think of it when she finally got to see your video of your sparkly
she was
dress?
so excited to see. She's been watching me kind of piece this outfit together. So, the dress, the shoes, the purse, all the things. And so she was very excited about it and about everybody's dresses. In fact, we'll get to this later, but she also was super stoked about the fashion show at the ball.
Oh,
So,
yay. Okay. I
but we'll
haven't
get to
shown
that
mine
later. I don't
that
want to
yet.
jump ahead. But yes, she
Yeah.
loved all the dresses. Thought it was very, very cool. So we did make our way to the Get Booked Ball.
Yes.
And remind me the names of the fabulous organizers of this
Yes.
ball.
So we have to give a huge shout out to the Always Booked podcast. They're the ones who spearheaded this whole thing for the most part. I think there's 3 hosts on it. It's Olivia, Emily, and Danny, and they honestly, out of the kindness of their hearts and crazy generosity, they threw this ball free of charge to anyone who held a ticket to the Readers and Dreamers Festival that was canceled, which I think made the weekend for a lot of people. But it was very limited because they threw this together in 2 weeks and to get a venue for that many people. And I'm amazed at what they did get together in that short time. What about you?
Yes, and it wasn't just like a high school gymnasium. It was a
No.
beautiful venue. I think it was
Beautiful
called
venue.
the Springs, and
Yeah.
it was a very beautiful venue. It did only have a capacity for 300 people, so not everyone who had a ticket to the Fantastique Starfall Ball or any of the other balls got to go. So I feel sad about that, but I am super grateful that the girls from Always Booked organized a ball, period.
The fact that they were able to do and accomplish what they did and how they did and how quickly they did is a feat for sure.
Yes, and it looked beautiful in there. They
It
had
did.
decorations, they had a cash bar, they had cotton candy, they had a DJ, they had
A
permanent
few
jewelry, they had all
vendors.
kinds
Yeah.
of yes, they had all kinds of cool stuff going on. So it was a full-on event. I
It
mean,
was.
sometimes I forgot that it got organized in 2 weeks because it was very
If I
well
had
done.
not
So great
known
job,
any
ladies.
better, yeah, if I didn't know any better, I would have gone to that and think that's what it should have been to begin with. It was so well done.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes. So huge, huge thank you to Olivia, Emily, and Danny. Thank you, Always Booked. Instant fans.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Another big part of the night was the fashion show organized
Yes.
by Whimsy Forge. So
Yes.
you may have seen them on Instagram, or you may have seen Charity Grace on Instagram. She has a lot of cool videos on like ninja warrior courses or doing cool things with a sword or whatever. She's very fit. That's like their whole spiels. They're very fit.
They
And
looked
it's like
great.
fantasy fitness, which I love.
Yeah.
So they did this fashion show, and there was a whole backstory for these characters that were in
Yeah.
the fashion show, which was cool, and a big variety of dresses. So
Yeah.
it was
When we
good
heard
entertainment.
fashion show, I didn't know what quite to expect, but I had something in my head and it was great. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. And I think there was 5 or 6 different designers and they all did amazing. And some of them, it was their
Yes.
first show, I think they had mentioned, and it was great. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed it. It was so fun.
Again, on 2 weeks' notice, they
Yes.
designed and put these dresses together. So
Yes.
crazy.
Impressive.
So crazy.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Liza was a little disappointed that we couldn't be in the fashion show. When I first told her there was a fashion show, she was so excited because she thought that like we would get to be in it. I was like, no, no, no. We just watch. But we did make it into the background of one of
Yes,
the
we did.
photos. We're like right in the front. So we're practically famous. It's fine.
That's
One
so
other
funny.
thing I loved about this ball was just getting to connect with lots of new book friends. For
Yes.
example, when we were standing in the cash bar line, there was this beautiful girl behind us who was holding a book. And at first I thought, well, that was smart. If she's like bored, she can just read her book, I guess. And then we start talking to her, and no, she wrote the book
Yeah.
and brought it with her to show people. Smart thinking.
Yep.
And that girl was none other than Tabi Slick. And she has a couple books, actually, Claws and Cocktails, and then Blood in Bordeaux. I'm excited to check those out. What about you?
I am too. I'm very excited to check them out just because of the premise of some of her books, I think is very relatable. I think all of Romantasy is relatable and is relatable in how you find things to remedy, right? Romantasy Remedy.
Sure, yeah.
But she mentioned that her characters are more middle-aged female main characters, which I think for us in our life is more relatable. And so I'm excited to check them out and see what she does with that for sure.
Yes, me too. That was one thing I remember from our conversation, is that the female main characters
Yeah.
are more middle-aged.
Yes.
And
Yes.
as a middle-aged lady myself,
I didn't want
I
to say it
am
out
excited to see
loud.
that. Well, we can. We can just put it out there. It's
We're there
fine.
now.
I'm gonna just own it, I
Embrace
think.
it.
But Tabi Slick was so fun to talk to, so nice. And like I said, I am very much looking forward to reading her books.
Yeah, me
So
too.
that was cool. That was a fun connection. While we were there, we also made some friends who basically were the inner circle.
Yeah.
And, they had a Feyre, they had a Nesta, they had Amryn.
I had a
Who am I
Gwen.
missing? They had Gwen. That's right. That's right. Her beautiful red hair. Thank
Yes.
you.
And we met them at the fashion show and they let us
Yes.
put our stuff with them at the table because there wasn't a ton
Yeah,
of
because we couldn't
seating.
find a table.
Yes, and so they were so nice. They let us come to their table and leave our bags and stuff with them. That was so sweet of them. They were so fun.
Yes, we got to dance with them a lot that night too, and they
Yeah.
were very fun girls. I've connected with a few of them since coming home on social media, and you should check them out. Look up All Booked Up. They're in Arizona, and they do monthly book clubs and bookish events. So, and
I
then some
love
of them
it.
have their own bookish accounts that you can kind of find that way
Yeah.
as well.
So fun.
Shout out to those ladies. So
They
thanks
were
for
so fun.
being our dance buddies and making our night
Yes.
extra fun. And
I'm
also
like,
another friend that was in that group, which I assumed was part of this group of friends from Arizona, only to find out that she had actually come to the ball all by herself. Poor thing,
yes,
because her sister-in-law was supposed to come with her and didn't get a ticket. And so
right?
she just came by herself, which I loved that she just showed up anyway and just became friends with this group of girls and just danced
Yes.
all night like she's
Yes.
known them for 10 years. Shout out to
Yes.
Brianna. So nice to meet you.
It really did feel I love your inner circle because of Akatar, but it felt like a good just group of girls. It really I felt like we all knew each other. And then we bumped into them the next day and it was like, hey, like it
Yes,
was
at
so
the book
fun.
festival. You're right.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure they looked at me and thought, you look a lot different without fancy things on.
Right. All of our accessories are gone now and you have to see us in our human
Yes,
form.
the glow up is over, clearly. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
so
funny.
funny.
Another thing that was very memorable for me was that Liza had showed up with a big pack of Romantasy stickers, just Romantasy themed vinyl stickers.
Yeah.
And on the back, she wrote down, like love Romantasy Remedy on every single
Yes.
sticker. And this story will perfectly illustrate Liza's personality. She would just go up to someone and give them a compliment about their dress or their accessories or just something wonderful about that person.
Yeah.
And then she would give them a sticker. And before she left, she'd say, "Hey, listen to my friend's podcast. It's written on the back."
I think I said this in our group text, but she really was the MVP of the weekend because, I mean, that was a thick pack of stickers and she got rid
She
of
gave
every
out every
single one.
single
There
one.
was probably one sticker for every person at that ball.
Probably.
And she got rid of them all.
And it was so funny because I think when we bought these tickets to this event, I don't even know if we were in our podcasting era yet.
I don't think we were
And
yet.
so we really had no intention of going. Like, we just wanted to go as attendees. There was
Yeah.
no plan to talk about Romantasy
No.
Remedy there. And Liza was like, "No, we're gonna make this happen."
Yep.
So thank you, Liza. You're the best. We appreciate your extroverted, outgoing personality and your ability to connect with literally anyone. It's so
It really
so
is her
awesome.
superpower for sure.
I agree. What else? Any other big moments you remember from dancing that night or anything else from the ball?
No, I mean, I think that perfectly encapsulates it. It was just a big girl group and it was just so fun. And it was fun to
Yes.
see everyone be supportive of each other. I feel like, if anything, I could say it just felt like a good, safe place where everyone was just having a good time.
Yes, and definitely had a good time. Like, no one was holding back on that dance floor.
No,
Everyone was
I don't think there was
screaming,
anyone in seats.
dancing, jumping.
Yeah,
It
no,
was a party. It was so
it
fun.
was. I don't like when we had gotten there, all the tables were full because it was kind of like a cocktail hour.
For sure.
I don't think anyone was sitting in the seats during the dance. Like, everyone was there to dance and have a good time.
Yeah.
And it really was so fun. So fun.
Yeah. I had a
But
blast. I haven't danced that hard in a long time. It
no,
was good times.
probably my
It was
senior
good
prom.
times. Yeah. Right. Right.
Long
Well,
time
and
ago.
Kenzie, I was about to say, Kenzie danced so hard that she insisted we had to go get a burger after we were done.
I was not going to not have a burger after that. I was like, I need my midnight snack. And of course, we don't have an In-N-Out where I live. And so I was going to take advantage, whether you and Liza wanted anything or not, I was going to get a burger. I was like,
I love it.
I think I
I
told
love
you
the
that the week before.
determination.
It's like, we're getting In-N-Out
Yes.
after the ball.
And it did make it extra fun to go grab a burger in our ball dresses.
Yeah, it was so fun. Yeah.
There
I
were a
thought it was fun.
couple cute teenagers who were like, "You look beautiful." It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank you."
And they're
Bless
like,
your heart.
these crazy middle-aged women, what have they been doing?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I can only imagine. We were the people watching at that point. Like,
No, we
people were like,
definitely were.
"Okay."
Don't even care. Do it again.
But
It was
that
great.
burger was delicious, so it was
was.
well worth it.
That's one thing my husband has said the last couple days looking at it. He's like, those burgers look so good. Those burgers look so good. It's like, you're jealous of the burgers.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
funny. He's like, "Well, I
Yeah.
want you in that dress and the burger.
And the
Like,
burgers.
I'll take all of it, the whole thing."
Yes.
So
So
funny.
funny.
So funny. Well, it was way past our bedtime after we got our burgers. So we passed out very quickly.
Yes.
Well, no, because we got back and we ran into more people.
That's right.
who
We
were
actually
chilling in
spent,
the lobby. So we actually spent like another hour talking to people in the lobby.
and I think that's when we actually met that couple who had bought their tickets like 2 years ago, is what they were
Oh
saying.
my gosh.
And they
Yeah.
unfortunately weren't able to get ball tickets, but they were so nice. And it was nice just to connect with some more people. And there were actually some people who were also at the ball there, just kind of mingling. It was fun. Yeah.
Decompressing a little bit, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a fun end to the evening, and then we
Yeah.
did proceed to go pass out hardcore.
Yeah.
And I did not wake up till mind you, this was daylight savings, which tricked me
Yes.
hardcore. I don't think I woke up till like 9 o'clock though,
No.
which is quite
Technically like
late
8
for me.
is fine. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. That would have been more like 8 if daylight savings hadn't happened. So
Yeah.
that was a cruel
But
trick of
listen,
Mother
it
Nature.
was a
Daylight
girls'
savings.
weekend for a reason. You get to sleep in. How often do you get to do it?
So
Take
true.
advantage.
So
Yeah.
true. So true. Well, once we made our way from the hotel, we decided to go stop at the Rewritten Book Festival at the
Yeah.
Hub in Allen.
Yep.
And they were doing things, like I mentioned, all weekend. We felt like it fit our schedule best to go on Sunday as we were leaving town.
Mhm.
And I was impressed by how many authors, how many vendors were there. They had 2 floors
Yeah,
of
2
people there.
very
So
full floors. Yeah.
yes, yes. And we talked to a ton of amazing creators, authors. There were a few that were very memorable for us. One, we
Yes.
actually had met the night before because they were at the ball and they had
Yes.
amazing purses
Yes.
that looked like books. So this creator is called The Hallway of Doom. They have an Etsy and Instagram and all the things, so go look it up. But her purses you can get customized to look like a book and have a quote customized
Yes.
on it somewhere. So picture the cover of A Court of Mist and Fury, but as a purse. So
Yes.
very cool. I
She
love
said
those
she
purses.
hand paints them all, and they are very well
Amazing.
done. They looked awesome. So good. So
So, so cool.
talented. Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. While we're talking about creators and people who
Yeah.
create products and art and things like that, I also enjoyed looking at all the accessories that are basically
Yes.
jewelry, but like for fae ears. I did not know this was a
Yes.
thing.
No.
And I'm excited to know about it for next time.
I feel like this experience, because it was our first time at anything like this, opened a whole new world for us. And I
Absolutely.
definitely will accessorize totally different for the next one than I did for this one. Loved my dress,
Yes.
loved my accessories, had so much fun, but I will do it differently next time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that you know all the options that are out there,
I know. And I'm talking to 'em about it like this is going to be a normal thing for us now.
I expect nothing different.
Okay, good.
Who are some other people you remember from the Rewritten
Yeah.
Book Festival?
So, trying to decide who I want to talk about first. There was one girl I think who stood out the most to the three of us because her um booth was so interactive. She had this really cool dice game. Her name was Kelsey Leign. I believe is how you say it. That's what I'm going to say. Kelsey Leign. And she had you roll these dice and basically it gave you a fae or I forget it started with a D, a Dragnon or something, a
I
different
can't
kind of
remember
character.
different characters in her books,
Yeah.
right?
And it was so cool because you got a character and then the powers that you would get. And so it was just really cool because it also helped you understand her books before you even know anything about her books. So it
Mhm.
actually made me very excited. She has a series out. I believe there's 3. It's the Sunshine Chronicles, and the first book is Forgotten Flare. And I'm very excited to check those out. Just her booth and how personable she was and the interaction made me excited for them and for the world that she kind of set up for us at her booth. I thought was so fun. And she had
Yes.
bedazzled books, which were so great.
Yes. She was very creative in how she presented the information about her books, and I loved that. So
Do you remember
excited to
what
see
you
that.
were?
No, I don't, but I'm excited to see that creativity like spill over into her writing
I remember, and I
when we
put
read her
my little
books.
feather on my keychain. I'm a fae with earth powers, wind powers, air powers.
Wow. Oh, I had water powers.
You
Now
had
I
water
remember.
powers, yeah. And I think
Mhm.
Liza got the other kind of thing. Drag,
Remember. Like a
I don't know.
dragon or something? Yeah,
Something
something with
like that. It
dragons.
started with a D. That's what I remember.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
But
Cool.
anyways,
Well,
yes,
that was a fun conversation.
it was.
I'll remember that one too, for
Yeah, it
sure.
was a good
For
one.
sure. Another author I enjoyed talking to was Brendan Noble. And
Yes.
this will surprise no one, but at first our conversation was sparked because he was wearing a Sleep Token shirt. So I made
Shocker.
Liza and Kenzie listen to a lot of Sleep Token this weekend. So first we had a little chat about Sleep Token, and then he started telling us about his books and grabbed our attention even more because one of the characters, he has 2 series.
Yeah.
One, the first book is called The Crimson Court, but I believe it's the female character in this book is
Yes.
loosely inspired by Manon from Throne of
Yes.
Glass. And that was like, what? We love Manon. She's our
Yes.
favorite.
Yes. And he
So
had so much
very
good
cool.
artwork out to go with his books. A ton
Artwork
of
was
amazing artwork.
beautiful.
It really was.
Beautiful artwork. And he has another series that is actually a Slavic mythology fantasy
Yes.
series. And the first book of that one is called A Dagger in the Winds. So I'm actually interested in both of those.
Me too.
I'm excited to check them out. They
Yeah.
sound really cool.
He had me at Manon and Sleep Token.
Agreed. He had us at Manon and Sleep Token. Well done. Well done, Brendan. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Again, it was just so impressive to see all these people together doing this thing, even though it was canceled. And I just loved getting to spend some time in the book community, making new book friends.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, it felt very safe and welcoming. The whole idea of the girls sharing their table with us, it's the total opposite of what like mean girls do, right? They're like,
Right.
yes, come to our table, be part of our table.
Yes.
And that's how the whole weekend felt. Everyone was like,
Yep.
oh, hey, we love books too. We're immediately friends.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that was really cool.
Yep.
I loved it.
And it was so fun because I feel like we're all involved in the book talk community online and through social media and stuff. It was so different being in person involved and seeing other people and actually having face-to-face conversations about the book world. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a great weekend.
It was. Does this make you want to attend future bookish
Yes.
events?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
me
What
too.
about you?
Me too. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would love to go to more in the future. Love to check out some more balls, some more
Yes.
conventions, hear
Yes.
more authors. So it definitely, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Would do it
We'll have to
again.
start making plans for the next one.
Hey,
Make
what's
sure
about
to
that
include
time?
In and Out. That is a requirement. Whatever city it's being held in has to have an In and Out for Kenzie.
Gotta have a late
So,
night burger to replenish.
oh my gosh. Well, Kenzie, thank you for going on this book adventure with
Yes, it was
me,
so
with all of
fun.
its ups and downs. It was an emotional roller coaster there for a minute, but it happened and it was amazing. And thank you for also following up and doing a book chat with me after it's done.
Yes, always. You know I love our book chats.
Reliving all the good times. And this book chat came at a great time because we're in between books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. We just finished The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and we are about to begin Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you, Kenzie?
100. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for everyone to meet Atreus. So excited.
I'm so
excited to talk
too.
to him again.
This is a great book. It's a great novella. If you are just now finding Romantasy Remedy and you're not familiar with the Crowns of Nyaxia series, this is actually the perfect time for you to jump in because you can read Carissa Broadbent's novellas in this series without reading anything else. So if you're like, I don't know if I even want to commit to the rest of the series, don't worry about it. Just jump in, read this one, and then you can decide after where you want to go from there. But the point of this dialogue, I guess, is that Slaying the Vampire Conqueror can be a standalone novella. You don't have to have read the whole Crowns of Nyaxia series to jump in on this book. And it's a lot of people, this is their favorite book of the series. So I'm excited to get there. Kenzie included. So speaking of that, let's talk about when this is happening. We want to make sure we give ourselves some space and some time to prepare to dive into that book. So our next episode, we're going to have a break from episodes next Friday. So March 27th is the date we're looking at to publish our next episode, which will be the first one for Slaying the Vampire Conqueror.
Yes.
So Friday, March 27th.
Get ready. It's going to be so good.
So
been waiting.
much fun. So exciting. Kenzie, she just had like a paper chain and like ripped off a loop every time we're an episode closer to Slaying the Vampire Conqueror.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I should get you like some Atreus artwork to hang up in the background while we're doing this.
It's got to be done right.
Or like a cutout.
Yes.
Like Sarah
Legolas?
J. Maas talked about with Legolas.
That's exactly what I would do. Can I tell you, I
funny.
think having her episode on Call Her Daddy coming out like the day before we all went out for this convention kind of put like this anticipation in the air that made it fun too. Because that was a big...
For sure. That was a big topic we could all buzz about while we were there together. Yes.
That was fun. Good timing.
So excited about that book. Those book announcements, plural.
Yes. Books.
Thank you, Sarah J. Maas, SJM. We'll be forever. But so many good books.
Yeah.
And not enough time.
No, that's true. But March 27th is going to be a good one. Be there.
Yes. And in the meantime, we would love to connect with you guys on Instagram and TikTok. Just look
Yes.
up Romantasy Remedy. And I'm trying to think, what else do I usually say? We do have some playlists on Spotify. Most of them have
Yep.
some sleep token songs. What else? What else? I don't have our little closing spiel in front of me, so I'm trying to see if we've ticked all the boxes. I think we
I don't
have.
think you need to. Yeah. I think you're good.
Yeah. I think,
Sounds great.
yeah.
We'll see you on the 20.
Okay. Well, see everybody on the 27th.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.